Hello. Today we visit September 1977. This should be an interesting one, right in the depths of punk. It's a record mirror from September the 3rd, 1977, and the cover star is Bryan Ferry. Who else have we got on the cover? It says Elton John reviews this week's singles, and it says inside is an advert. Gaye's her name, she's in colour. I shall look forward to that because that sounds to me like a centre page poster of the delectable Gaye advert. So let's open it up and have a look. The charts, at number 1 we have Float On by the Floaters. Number 2, Angelo, Brotherhood of Man. Number 3, You've Got What It Takes by Shiwaddy Waddy. At number 4 is Way Down by Elvis Presley. Had he just died by any chance, where are we? September 1977, I think he probably had. That had gone up 38 places to number 4. I Feel Love, what a beaut, from Donna Summer. The Crunch, the Ra Band, etc, etc. And once again, the highest charting punk single is The Stranglers. I think we perhaps forget that The Stranglers were much bigger than the likes of The Clash, The Jam perhaps, even probably as big as the Pistols at this point in time. They were a proper big band. Going down through the charts here, Thin Lizzy with Dancing in the Moonlight. New entry at number 30 is Silver Lady by David Soul, Alice, Starsky and Hutch. And so on. At number 1 in the UK album charts is 20 All-Time Greats by Connie Francis. Most strange. Straight in at number 5, Elvis Presley's 40 Greatest Hits. Yeah, I guess he had just died. Juicy Lucy, Mixing with the Stars. Well, some were at Reading, the festival I guess. Others were to be found at a party in London's Covent Garden to celebrate the birthdays of Stranglers, Hugh Cornwall and Jet Black. All the new wavers that count were in attendance, including a number of Clash and Sex Pistols. But when most joined in singing Happy Birthday to Hugh, none of the Pistols were seen to join in. Miserable gits. Then we've got Freebie of the Week competition here. Gentle Giant. Under what name were Gentle Giant formerly known? Simon Dupree and the Big Sound, was it? I think. About time, Wilko Johnson spotted in London's West End with his guitar. And the news pages. That's quite interesting. On page 4 with the biggest headline is Demis to tour in autumn. That's Demis Roussos. And on page 5 the biggest headline is Quo to tour. So we go some of the biggest stars of the day, Demis Roussos and Status Quo. Elvis tributes. Yeah, there'll be lots of those, I guess. Richie Blackmore's Rainbow concert dates have been finalised. Live Stiffs, one of the several. I went to that one. Stiffs Greatest Stiffs live tour. Ian Dury, Nick Lowe, Reckless Eric, and Larry Wallace. There's a live album of that tour, I think. Buzzcocks are set to headline a major gig marking the closure of Manchester's main venue, the Electric Circus. A little article about Bryan Ferry, which looks a little bit boring. He wasn't quite the glam god that he was by this point. Full-page ad for the Boomtown Rats' first album, which, don't laugh, it's actually a good album. And there's the Reading Festival, which at this point was still very much, it was the following year that punk took over at Reading. This year it was still very much a Reading rock festival. As we can see here, we've got Alex Harvey, Thin Lizzy, Aerosmith, the Doobie Brothers, Frankie Miller. There of course were punk bands there. Just seeing straight away here. The Electric Chairs were awful. That's Wayne County. And Hawkwind managed to make even 10 minutes seem like an eternity. Can't imagine that. Obviously the audience weren't on drugs. So, be quite interesting. Gloria Mundi. They're a good band, Gloria Mundi. Oh, and here's an ad for Boomtown Rats looking after number one, which was a cut-out armband, which I seem to recall was on the back of that as a 12-inch single too. As if anyone's going to cut that out and put it round their arm. It's most unlikely. Singles. This will be interesting. Generation X, Your Generation, was the first one reviewed. But not particularly nice to them. It's certainly got a lot of energy. What a way to start the day. This is really dreadful garbage. It doesn't do anything for me, and the Ramones do this sort of thing so much better. Completely different bands. This is Elton John, incidentally, reviewing these singles. What's he say about... Let's have a look. What does he say about Rainbow, which was a live EP? I can't really listen to this. It sounds old-fashioned, so dated. I mean, it sounds like the crazy world of Arthur Brown. Does it? What else have we got? Iggy Pop and James Williamson. I got it right. Not his best. Sounds very dated. I like Iggy and Williamson. A good guitarist. In the States, I jumped on stage dressed in a gorilla seat at one of Iggy's concerts and got thrown out. Quite right too. So he's not actually very nice about anything on there. Dr. Feelgood. She's a wind-up. Album reviews. Lust for Life by Mr. Pop. Oh, they like that. 4 stars. David Essex. Golden Ivory also gets 4 stars. Thin Lizzy, Bad Reputation gets 3 stars. 4-page ad for Wine Coloured Days by Man Array. Whoever Man Array used to be. And here we are. We'll get a proper close-up of this. It's a 4-page poster.
Hey.
of lovely Gaye Advert. Oh dear, she was lovely. When I first met Gemma, she asked me who my ideal woman was, and I had to think about it for quite a long while.
You said Mary Berry at first.
Yeah, I did say Mary Berry, but then I changed my mind. That was Mary in her young days, in her leather jacketed days. But then I changed my mind, and eventually I decided that my ideal woman was Gaye Advert, and she probably still is, to be honest. Strangely enough, Gemma said Debbie Harry. What she was thinking about her ideal woman, I have no idea, but that was a good choice too.
Stick by that.
Mailman. Put punk into perspective. What the hell is this all about? It's someone trying to be clever. Forget that one. I like the short ones. Let's have a look for a little short one. We were very disgusted with your useless article on Elvis in the August 20th issue of Record Mirror. As for the cover, a tiny Elvis dead in the top left-hand corner was hardly worth doing. It's not every day the King of Rock dies. You could have at least put a pic of Elvis in the middle. Well, each to their own. Ad there for Hudson Ford. Great new single, Are You Dancing? I think they'd had their lot about 4 years previously. Had a couple of hit singles there, and I'm surprised they were still going in 77. The help page. I'm a 15-year-old boy and I started having wet dreams some time ago. Now I want to have sexual intercourse. But nothing like dating has ever happened to me in real life. And unsurprisingly, that's Anon of Wigan. And Susan Garrett says there's no reason on earth to feel ashamed or uptight about the fact you're going through a very necessary phase of emotional and sexual development. Pure and simple wet dreams. Don't we all know it?
Do you think that's what that song Pure and Simple was written about?
It could be, couldn't it?
Who was that? Pure and Simple?
That was Hearsay, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
Pure and simple, yeah. Oh, very interesting. Another one is I have a job as a waitress in a hotel and I really hate it and want to leave. Well, leave. Can you give me the address of the 10cc fan club? Is there an official Kiki D fan club? I dislike running around town for my copy of Record Mirror. Can you give me your subscription rates for Canada? Live pages. XTC, the New Hearts and the Models. There's an interesting little mix-up. The New Hearts were what became Secret Affair, was it? Yeah, rumoured to have been signed for CBS for some astronomical figure. And of course the wonderful Models, Marco Peroni, etc., who released just the one single, Freezer Man of the Year. One of the great 77 singles without any shadow of a doubt. At least one of my favourites. Probably in my top 5 of 1977. Roger Taylor is 1/4 of Queen, and he brought a single out called I Wanna Testify. That sank without trace, didn't it? Discos. What's this? This is all people advertising their discos. Punko Dave. Disco Dave Singleton has evidently been going through some changes and is probably the first DJ, certainly in Manchester, to get sacked by a club because of an article he wrote in a local assembly which supported punk. He got sacked for it. Bit harsh. Small ads. 2 quiet guys, 21, own a car, sig 2 similar girls. Looks not important.
Wow.
Barry of Newport and Cardiff areas. Oh, Barry, Newport and Cardiff areas. Looks not important, and they've got a call. We know what they're after then, don't we? Dave, 21, needs sincere girlfriend for friendship. Shy guy seeks shy girlfriend. Conversation would be great. That's in Norwich or Bury St Edmunds area. And it was 17 to 20. Who could that be? I wonder if I know them now. Shy guy seeks shy girlfriend. Norwich and Bury St Edmunds area. Can't imagine it makes
Norwich and Bury St Edmunds.
Yeah, or Bury St Edmunds.
Oh, right, it's quite specific.
I can't imagine it'd make for great conversation if they're both really shy.
Yeah, one of them has to be a bit outgoing, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Posters, Fonzie on a bike, Sabbath and Quo in the studio. And, strip cartoon, A Walk on the Mild Side, and the remainder of the charts, which covers the US charts. Number 1 in the singles was Best of My Love by Emotions. Number 1 in the albums was Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. How much money did that make them? And Star Choice. This is a star choosing his favourite 10 records of the time. Is Thin Lizzy's Brian Downey, the drummer, and he's put themselves at number 1. Dancing in the Moonlight by Thin Lizzy is number 1. But interestingly, this is a seasoned long-haired rock star. In his top 10, he's got the Stranglers, the Boomtown Rats, the Radiators from Space, Television Screen, another one of my top 5 77 singles. Jonathan Richman. He's gone for a bit of punk in there. Sadly, he's let himself down by putting the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac in there. Having said that, Fleetwood Mac, Rumours by Fleetwood Mac is a great album. So interesting there. And on the back page, we've got a full page ad for Blue, Another Night, Time Flight. No idea who they were. See you next time.
Weren't Blue a 90s band?
Yeah, they were. That was Duncan Blue.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
could only think of Duncan Blue.
Yeah.
What song did they do?
I don't know, but they were not this
Not
band.
that Blue.
No.
What?
No.
I wonder if they had the copyright thing in place back then.
What of blue, of the word blue? We're going to copyright the word blue.
No.